Hello, collective. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Intuitive Tarot. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome. Mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. Sending you guys love and light on your spiritual journey. We're going to pull a few cards, get a message out, but overall, hopefully the message is helpful in some way, shape, form, or fashion for you, or you just get in it for the vibe. All right? Your choice. So let's dive right in and see what's in the energy, all right? But thank you guys so much for trusting me with yours. Make sure you are doing your return to senders. Call on Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron to do that. And when you're calling for your energy back from people, places, items that no longer serve your higher self. So definitely make sure you're calling your energy back from people, especially if you're getting a reading. Make sure you're protecting your energy. All right. I wasn't going to keep these cards because they flew out, but Cancer can be significant. Man or woman. Next card. See, you got two more that came out, but next card, scared you're going to reject me no matter what I say. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. Next card. If I can get it up. If I can get it up. That could be taken in a lot of different ways. But we talking about this card, though, right now. Next card. Spent more time playing with you, not getting to know you. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. Somebody could be into BDSM. Man or woman. Just off these three cards right here, or just these two? Like somebody don't know if they come towards you, if you're going to reject them or not, no matter what they say, because you said what you said. It's like if you told somebody, if you gave somebody, ample time, to make changes, to make a decision. You gave somebody like a warning, of like, the outcome of how something could go, if they waste your time. Or, just what your boundaries, what the repercussions would be, the consequences would be when it comes to your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Some people stand on their shit for real. And some people will say they too mean, or, they too, they'll project and make it seem as though it's about people from your past may have made you so, hurt you so bad, did you so wrong, treated you unfairly and things like that, underappreciated you, took you for granted, the whole list of shit. But now it's them. And they feel like, no, they scared you're going to reject them no matter what they say. And they spend too much time playing with you, like trying to figure you out, or playing games, running different little mucks, you know what I'm saying, to see how you was going to respond, or see what they can, what your reaction would be. And you at this point with them now, or they feel like that's where you would be. This is where they would be, to be honest. This is where they would be. And sometimes, people don't need to, they need to try to, I ain't gonna even need to say they need to try. They be knowing. They is be knowing that if this was their mama being played like this, If this was that something they mom, if they had to, stand up and, you know what I'm saying, be that child to a stepdad, or their biological dad or vice versa. You wouldn't want nobody treating your mama like that, playing games, you know what I'm saying? Instead of getting to know her. Because I feel like, when you do that to people, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if you would want somebody doing it, and sometimes you could see them kind of situations going on in your own family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's explaining it. Nobody's telling you, that's the wrong thing to do. That's the wrong way to be. This is what you do instead, and pay attention, to how with your choices affect other people. But when it comes to somebody playing with you, they don't even know when your fucking birthday is. And if they do know that, they don't even know what you like. They don't know what you like to do for fun. They don't know what you get into, like if you're bored or something like that. They don't know what to Christmas. They don't know. They do not know. Instead of trying to get to know you, people can ask them something about you now. They don't even fucking know. And as long as they've been knowing about you, that had you around, they don't know. And that's what happened. Like they were so focused on trying to change your trajectory, change your mindset, trying to figure you out, trying to see what they can get past you, trying to see what they can get you to, look like you just pretending. You know what I'm saying? They just putting on. They trying to play hard. They really like this. Let me do this. See what they do. Boom. End up losing you. Now they scared of whatever they got to say. You ain't gonna want to fuck with them. You ain't gonna want to fuck with them. And that's what that ad get. That's what they get. But it could be a Cancer, man or woman. Clarify, scared you're going to reject me no matter what I say. Divine feminine, divine masculine. Clarify, scared you're going to reject me no matter what I say. Who is this? I ain't bullshit. You got the 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Feeling overwhelmed, despair, hopelessness, isolation. No matter what, you got this person blocked. Ain't no contact, no communication. After they done gained, a new perspective, turning over a new leaf. They see you, as somebody they can work with, you know what I'm saying? They can make a focused effort, that they can grow and learn from. 4 of Cups, so if they see you rejecting their offer because you went on about your damn business. You got the King of Cups that came out with the Page of Cups. Now they want to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to open up to you. Now they want to show, express, how they feel. How I always felt about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know shit, what I'm saying, about you. I spent a lot of time playing with you. Scared you're going to reject them no matter what they say. They want to follow their heart. You know what I'm saying? They want to be supportive, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is you want to do. Or whatever it is you already doing. They want your forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? They could want to come back around, and be kind now, you know what I'm saying? Be giving, you know what I'm saying? A supporter, you know what I'm saying? Be somebody dependable, you know what I'm saying? Somebody you can call on, They got some creative, things that they been thinking about and harboring on when it comes to like what it is that they want to express and how they want to express it, and some of the things that they been imagining and something like that, how they want to put it in place, you know what I'm saying? But they got some creative ideas, of how they want to express to you how they see things, you know what I'm saying? How they see things with you and them. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's out here. They could have Cancer somewhere in their chart, but they could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But Cancer is out here. Why this Page of Cups? What's going on with this Page of Cups? See if you're going to reject me no matter what I say. I'm saying the Four of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. They know you not going to accept their offer. Or they see you not accepting any offers right now. Yeah, because they done put an ending to, it's been a death. You know what I'm saying? They done closed out a cycle. They know the cycle closed out, or they done closed out one. When it comes to them and some of the things that they know they were doing too much of, needed to, reevaluate, what's going on with them. And, they want to be vulnerable now. I feel like somebody had an issue like with their vulnerability. Afraid of like how they gonna be treated, if they open their heart up to you, if they show you just how, much of a hopeless romantic that they are. You know what I'm saying? Or just how a hopeless romantic they are. Somebody's they could be very kind, they could be very loving, they do have, some wisdom about them, but it's like, at the same time, this is somebody that would like to try to protect what it is that they know they feel for people, because they don't want to overdo it. It's like somebody saying, I don't want them to get the big head and find out, just how into them I am. But you end up hurting people when you playing, you know what I'm saying, sitting here playing with them. Because if you seeming like you okay if they ain't around, then when they not around, you ain't really okay. You playing with yourself. Somebody playing with you ended up playing their damn self. You got the Chariot out here at the bottom of the deck with the World with the Emperor in reverse. Yeah. Like somebody abused their power. They were, low vibrational, you know what I'm saying, in their south node. But now their heart chakra's activated, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what they say, if they tell you, like, listen, that old version of me, that shit out of them. I should have known better. That, I did too much. You know what I'm saying? I needed to grow up. I needed, you know what I'm saying, to accept, there was things that I may have, made myself confused about or thought, was working for me, when really shit, it was working against me. I may have, fucked some shit up between me and you. It may not never work again. You know what I'm saying? But that's the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. That's them having to, figure that shit out, when it come to they self, taking that accountability, that realization, like looking at yourself. What did you really think, that was supposed to get you? Like how you know what I'm saying, thought whatever it was that was going on was not something that was going to play a part in every connection you get in, even work. When it comes to taking accountability, when it comes to, having to work past and face challenges, somebody want to go on this journey with you now. Put the past behind them, could want to travel, they could want to, see where something goes, but it's like, they see you as somebody that check up all the boxes, they see you as fulfillment. Whatever goals they had in mind, like somebody seeing you doing that, but, they see that that's what you into, or that's, you could be traveling now, they can see that you could live at a distance, but somebody was an Emperor in reverse, you know what I'm saying, when they left you out in the cold. Somebody let, a lot of things that they thought, was more important or was more fun or was more, for them to focus on, or brought joy in some way, or something they were using to replace a void, you know what I'm saying, to fill a void that they didn't have, it didn't happen. What do they want forgiveness for with this King of Cups? What do they want forgiveness for? What's the King of Cups? Yeah, I'm telling you, this person got some suppressed emotions. Especially, with this page of cups out here. Because at the bottom of the deck, you got the Ten of Swords with the moon in reverse. So they see you as somebody self-efficient, abundant in your own right. You got a lot of, good energy around you. You know what I'm saying? You come with a lot of stability. You know what I'm saying? A lot of focus. Especially when it comes to like the things that you put your efforts into. You know what I'm saying? Your intentions are good. Your intentions are pure. And what you were trying to, the seeds you were planting with this person was to help them. You know what I'm saying? Was in benefit, a growth, between two people. And if not between two people, for yourself. You know what I'm saying? It came with a lot of wisdom, a lot of pureness, genuineness. You know what I'm saying? But it's, you being independent in your own right, abundant, you know what I'm saying, as above, so below. But you got the Seven of Wands that came out with the Six of Cups. And it's like somebody sees you, as somebody that they know they got to stand up for what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? They being tested, like, to follow their heart. But when it comes to them actually being prepared for what they got to face when it comes to you, this, they know that you're going to have your guard up with them. They played too many games, or they played too many games, you know what I'm saying? And they now having a lot of nostalgia, like they thinking about now that their heart chakra activated, and they're allowing their heart, to feel, what it was that they caused when they came to you, or when it came to people other than you. You know what I'm saying? Because this may have been something that other people they done dealt with had to go through too. You know what I'm saying? And it may have affected a lot of other connections they've been in, because this is a runner. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody immature at heart. They feel like, as long as I keep my emotions out of something, or act like I don't care, and just, sit back and see how much somebody cares about me. How much can I do to see if they really going to stick around? And by the time they find out that you really do give a damn, you gone anyway. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody like to test people to see, like, if you tell this person, oh, I love you unconditionally, they'll try and test their shit every other damn day, if not every other hour. Trying to figure out what it'll take for you to walk away from them. Why? Because people have walked away from them before. You know what I'm saying? For less stuff. And still come back around and deal with them. They just thought, that you was one of them. But they see you as somebody defensive. You're going to stand your ground. You're going to stand up for what you know to be right. Or this is something they going to have to do, because now they looking at that defensive, side of you, where you got your guard up with them. No matter what they say, they feel like you not going to back down, from, what they know you remember. You them beating, like, you know what I'm saying? The memories that they left you with wasn't all good, but they wasn't all, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't all bad, but they wasn't all good either. You know what I'm saying? So they say you got your guard up, you know what I'm saying? You got the Ten of Swords, like I said, at the bottom of the deck, with the moon in reverse. Mm-hmm. If I spent more time playing with you, not getting to know you. Clarify. Spent more time playing with you, not getting to know you. Spent more time playing with you, not getting to know you. Yeah, they having some inner conflict about that. You got the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Mm-hmm. With the Five of Swords. Somebody could have felt intimidated by you because of how you are and what you came with. You were different from a lot of the rest of them. And this person, may have felt intimidated by, how evolved or how much more advanced, in a lot of your endeavors, than they were. You know what I'm saying? You may have had a lot more maturity about you than them. And they could have been intimidated by that. That's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? Five of Wands, this person feel like they played with you more than they did to get to know you. They had a lot of conflict, maybe even felt like, they were in some type of competition with you. To outshine, but this is some conflict that they may be dealing with internally as well, with how they looked at the situation at the time, like looking at their behavior. Why would I do this to this person? Like, why would I even be like this? They battling with themselves, all these different, issues that they done had or whatever those things were that they did, when it came to them playing with you. Like maybe, like I said, putting you in a lot of silent competitions or being in a silent competition with them. And with this Six of Pentacles, it's like, you were very generous to this person, while they dealing with the fact that they causing a lot of conflict behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Intimidated their damn self. Somebody didn't like, the fact of how clever you were. And they didn't have the confidence. Somebody had like low self-esteem, low confidence at the time in themselves. So that's why the Five of Wands. Spend more time playing with you than getting to know you. Spend more time. What's the Five of Wands? Spend more time playing with you. Not get to know you. Somebody was immature for real. But like I said, again, this is not your fault. Spend more time playing with you, not getting to know you. Spend more time playing with you, not getting to know you. Yeah. Four of Cups. Now it's a missed opportunity. Especially when it comes to this person feeling some type of, disconnect now, reevaluating themselves. How they saw themselves, you know what I'm saying? Who they thought they, how they thought you saw them or whatever, like playing with that, especially when they rejected, an offer like playing with you. Especially if they knew how you felt about them. Now somebody, dealing with, this disconnect, like feeling like you don't, like they don't feel you in their energy anymore. They don't feel that you think about them or, really see yourself with them like you used to then. You know what I'm saying? You may have did and went out of your way, Six of Pentacles, to pour into this person to show them how interested you were. And it's like this person ran with it. Now, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they rejected your offer while they up there playing. Cancer energy with their Four of Cups. Got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck now. Child, they fucked up right here. Like it's a new beginning here, new opportunities, new resources, new career. Like it's new everything, goddamn, at this point. But this is your victory, for them doing that. They didn't know anything about you. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know you was a high priestess. They didn't know that you knew. They didn't know that you were aware, of how intuitive you were. They didn't know. They may have played on that and didn't think that you would listen to your intuition. Didn't know that you knew about secrets. That you would be shown things. They didn't know that. They didn't know about your... They didn't know that you were a high priestess. Somebody didn't realize just how wise, how smart, how tapped in you were. Yeah, somebody caused a lot of emotional pain. This Five of Cups. what's the 501? They manifesting. Somebody could be 54, could be significant. Yeah, what's the 5 of Wands with the 4 of Cups? What's the 5 of Wands with the 4 of Cups? Like somebody manifesting right now. Or they know you are. Yeah, whatever this 10 of Swords is, it closed out a cycle. It's like somebody know, 5 of Wands with this 4 of Cups. Somebody know this is why something ended up ending, why you close out a cycle with them. They know this why you closed it out. They ruined it like too much. They did too much. They caused a lot of emotional pain. You know what I'm saying? You gave a lot to this person, for them to do you the way they did you. But, that betrayal also, got them, where they feel like now, no matter what they say, you're not going to, you're going to reject them. Because you're not feeling like, they have learned their lesson. Clarify the Magician. What they manifesting. Clarify the Magician. Somebody knows that you manifesting. What's the Magician? They probably know you manifested a new beginning, a new love. Shit. In that order. What's the Magician? Does somebody want a new love opportunity, another, chance? Because they didn't get a chance to get to know you. What's the Magician? Whoever this reading resonate with could be into BDSM. You or this person could be into that. Whether you know it or not. What's the Magician? Every time I see, I ain't gonna say every time, but at this point, with that BDSM, I'm seeing that what is that, 50 Shades of Grey, and then part where Roxy was on Players Club, and she was like, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And she was at that party, and she was had that paddle with that Caucasian guy. Child, somebody could like their ass whoop. But yeah, like somebody now having a praying and hoping that they can find a better solution. You know what I'm saying? To their problems. When it comes to them asking for the universe's help, like somebody wants that cooperation. From you, when it comes to balance and having patience. Because somebody, wants to not only turn over a new leaf, but somebody wants things, somebody want to be at the top of the wheel now. They taking their chances, with hoping that, they see you as their destiny. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody wants to, like somebody sees you as somebody that they'll be lucky to have. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I, feel like, instead of getting to know you, it's like somebody looking at the situation out, like manifesting, this opportunity. They feel like they'll be lucky, to have you. But at this point, they don't know anything about you as far as, you cooperating with them or wanting the universe to cooperate with them in order for them to get this opportunity. You got the Temperance out here with the Wheel of Fortune. Like somebody, wants to find balance. They want to come to some type of peaceful solution. You know what I'm saying? They knowing now that they got to find a better way to resolve issues than going about it the way they were doing, playing games, playing with you. Trying to get answers, you know what I'm saying? Or trying to figure out, like, how deep is your love? I keep swearing, like, somebody want to know how deep is your love. They want to know, if I do this, if I'm like this, will you still love me? Will you, if you get your shit together, you won't have to do all that. Being a lot more mature about what it is you want and how to keep it and take care of it. That's with anything. If you know to take care of your house, keep your house clean, keep your stove clean. If you know how to go in and keep your house up, why in the fuck can't you keep your relationship like that? Like, why can't you do your part in that as well? You got to be balanced in all them areas of your life. You can't just decide you're not going to, you know, stay in line with that, you know, on any given day, because the enemy always waiting for you to drop low your, you know, get to that, you know, I don't give a damn side, and then here come the enemy coming in, you know, to wreak some havoc, you know what I'm saying? Put some question marks somewhere where you and your person looking at, you know, side-eyeing each other like, what's going on? What you doing? What are we doing here? And once the enemy done planted the seed, they off to the next, you know, the next assignment. That's what dark entities do. So your job, you know, in this situation, even if you by yourself, it's 8 of Pentacles, like to master yourself, focus on yourself, and make sure that you stand on top of what it is that keeps you, you know, joyful, what keeps you balanced in this, you know, in this universe. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's all energy. And if you let, you know, people that mix and mingle, you know, with some of anything and everybody, because I remember that guy was a guy, I can't remember who he is by name, but I know he break down a lot of things, and he was talking about I think his name start with an S. It's not Shula, it's somebody else. But anyway, he was talking about how nightclubs, you know, is the prime example, especially, you know, nightclubs in the black community, you know, is a prime example of what you saw in that movie Sinners, and how all that low vibrational stuff in one building, in one place at one time, till the very wee hours of the morning, witching hours of the morning, is those are the key ingredients to lowering your vibration and allowing you to be part of them things that people talk about in rituals. Those are the same elements, those are the same strategies that they use when they doing rituals. You know, when they want to open a portal, when they want to, you know, take advantage of your soul and snatch your soul from you. Whatever your destiny, whatever your Akashic records hold, they want to snatch that from you, but they got to get you in a low vibrational setting to where you can surrender and willing to give it up. And that's what nightclubs do. The liquor, you know, the people that come in there with all kind of different, you know, low vibrational thoughts and intentions, you know what I'm saying? And what they want that night to deliver for them. And then you include alcohol, you include, you know, the dancing to whatever it is that, you know, is allowing you to feel the message in the song and the music, and what it's allowing, you know, coercing and, you know, making you comfortable to do. And you agreeing to it because you know, you feeling it. Like, I felt that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going with the vibe, you going with the flow, you involve, you know, all these other intentions with people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you end up having all that gossiping and, you know, talking with the enemy and stuff like that, you know, when it comes to exchanging conversations, you know, when you're under the influence and the stuff that go down that cause fights and stuff, and all that stuff is the elements that play out in nightclubs. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing that plays out in rituals when you hear that in tarot, or, you know, when it comes to secret societies. You know what I'm saying? Those include that. Wine drinking, you know, and you mixing spirits, and you know, getting out of your character. You're getting to the point where you ain't in control of who you are. Because you're in a room full of people that got a whole lot of ill intentions. Whether they the starter, you know, whether they the shit starter or you the problem solver, it don't matter. You walking into you know what I'm saying? You walking into a den of thieves, you know what I'm saying? That's willing to snatch your soul, any one of them. And there's where the enemy lies. You know what I'm saying? The enemy always going to be right where you know, get more comfortable and able, you know, to get outside of yourself, outside of your character. Like they say, let your hair down. So, but at this point, it's like somebody, you know, now having to rely on the universe. You know what I'm saying? Their spirit team, the universe, to deliver for them with this magician. What it is that they want, this wheel of fortune, you know, to turn, that how they want this wheel of fortune to turn in their favor. because somebody sees you as, they destiny. They see they destiny with you. This person could be under judgment. They could be working on their shadow side with the hermit. They could be getting some type of advice right now. They could be talking to, some spiritual leader or getting some spiritual guidance. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of self-reflecting, like somebody doing shadow work, being made aware. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like somebody, feeling like this detachment, like somebody don't feel as though, they don't feel you in their energy anymore, or they feel like, they don't feel you in their energy, and you don't want, you know what I'm saying, they not connecting with you in their energy like they used to. Like if you and this person you would think of this person and you call them or text them or something, and they were like, I was just about to call you, or I was just in the middle of texting you. That they don't have that no more. That don't happen with them anymore. Something could have been love at first sight for one of you in the past. It came out in reverse. This was something you felt at the time with this person in the past. Like something could have been love at first sight for one of you, or for both of you. Yeah. The next card on the deck is Please Be Mine again, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. I'm telling you. But I'm going to end it here, you guys. Make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out, you guys. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.